Hey, so in today's video, we are going to be breaking down the two Curry brothers, Steph and Seth Curry, two of the best shooters in the league today. And did you know that their father, Del Curry, played in the NBA as well and was also a very good, highly rated knockdown three-point shooter, and I just may have to try and find footage of his shooting form as well someday. However, they grew up in Toronto, which is kind of interesting, even though they're not Canadians, because Del Curry played for the Toronto Raptors, and I have a poster signed by Del Curry, which is amazing. Let's get down and let's check out these two players and how they shoot the basketball. So there's a lot of similarities between these two players. There's also a lot of differences as well, and that's actually surprising. So number one, Steph Curry actually likes to shoot with his legs closer together when it comes to his knees more than his brother. His brother actually spreads apart his knees and keeps his feet shoulder width apart. Now, of course, Steph Curry also has his feet shoulder width apart that we don't see on this video, but we have seen other clips of him anyways where he does have his feet shoulder width apart. However, Curry brings his knees together and Seth Curry does not. From there, what we see is they both bring the ball up the middle of their body. And that is a very important thing for them because, of course, when they bring it up to their set point, we actually see that their elbow flares out from the ball. They both shoot that ball from the middle, roughly right side of their forehead above their eyes. We can see that with Seth Curry. We can also see that with Steph Curry. We can also see when they have a wide open shot, they have very little space between the palm and the ball. There is still a bit of space, but not all that much. Now, when you have no space between the palm and the ball, it's going to be a straighter shot. However, if you get knocked or if your body is moving, you have less control over that ball because your fingertips are the ones that actually control that ball for it moving left or right in your palm. However, this is a very curious adaptation that a lot of NBA players do when they're at the free throw line. From there, we look at the offhand. The offhand is in a similar spot, roughly the top quarter of that ball. And also, another kind of a curious notion that they have is their left side of their body is slightly back from their right side. So they've got a little bit of an angle on their shot or on their body when it comes to the rim. Now, what usually happens when the ball is not over top of that elbow is that ball will usually be shot out towards that left side if you're right-handed, and the same thing goes for Seth Curry. We can see that here. His elbow is not underneath the ball. Even though we are on a different angle than we are with Steph Curry, we do notice that that left or that right elbow is out on that shot. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why do they have such an accurate shot when they have an elbow that's not underneath the ball? Well, first off, every single player shoots differently. As we can see with the knees, between these two players, they still, even though they're brothers, the same person taught them to shoot, most likely Del Curry, and they still have a few differences between their shots. Everyone shoots differently. However, when we start moving up into their shot, check that out. Seth Curry shoots with a thumb flick, which allows that ball to straighten back out from having that elbow out from the ball. And the same happens with Steph Curry. He also shoots with that thumb flick, which allows that ball to go straight, and when they release the ball, it's also the same. When they release that ball and go up for their final release, the elbow is actually underneath the basketball. And we see that with Seth Curry as well. So this is kind of curious. Two of some of the best shooters in the league. Kyrie Irving is another great shooter in the NBA that shoots with a thumb flick, which is kind of curious. We also see that both players release that ball from their middle finger. You can see from here that, from this side, that Seth Curry flicks with his middle finger. We also see it when it comes to Steph Curry. If we watch which finger it goes off of last, we can see right there, it goes off the middle finger last. So by having the elbow out, by having that thumb flick, we're able to have a straight shot, especially after it goes off the middle finger, which is the longest finger on your hand, and having the elbow underneath the ball on release. Something that a lot of coaches and trainers don't look at is sometimes to get out of this form is very hard. So what you need to do is to shoot with a thumb flick. While some players, maybe it's in their genes or whatever, but they just cannot get out of this style of shooting form. And as we can see, you can be super successful with this style of shooting form. You can shoot with a thumb flick as long as you're doing it right. Sometimes what a thumb flick does is allows the ball to have no spin, but if done properly, where it pushes that ball up into the palm so that now you have that elbow underneath that ball, that is when it's going to be successful. It's not going to be successful if you're pushing with two hands at once when you're shooting. And we can see that thumb flick on Steph Curry right here where he pushes that ball up into that shooting motion. We can also see it again here where he pushes that ball with his thumb up into that shot and it goes off of that middle finger. Now next, we see Seth Curry from the back also doing the exact same thumb flick. I hope that this video has helped you become a better three-point shooter like it has with Steph and Seth Curry. They are amazing shooters, and I'll see you guys again in our next video.